Everybody, it's Tyler here at team number 3102 Techno Tigers coming in from Nevis. And today I'm here with Sarah, Nolan, Reese, Gabby, and Raina. And we're talking more about this brand new 2021 robot built for this season. So excited to hear more about that. Of course, the intake, gotta love a spin dexter. Good spin dexter in a robot, we'll check that out. And their shooter all here on Behind the Bumpers.
Giving you a voice.
Making it loud our own way.
Welcome to the fun.
If you're on an FRC or FTC team and you're currently meeting safely in person and have a functional robot, we'd love to have you on our Behind the Bots or Behind the Bumpers segments. Go ahead and reach out to us on any of our social channels, on Discord, or send us an email at admin@firstupdatesnow.com and let's get your team scheduled to be on First Updates Now. You can also directly support Fun by joining Fun Nation. Click the join button and just for a few bucks a month, you'll unlock special perks and directly support us so we can keep making great content. So starting out on this robot here, we're going to be talking about the intake as it goes through. So talk to me a little bit about the intake and maybe any changes you made from last season going into this season too.
So our intake this year is a lot wider than it was last year. Last year we had in mind just keeping it a one ball length, which did not work for us very well. So now we've got it almost the whole width of the whole robot, and it's made up of these wooden pieces and 3 hex shafts that are chained to a motor down there. And they've got 2-inch wheels on them that stick to the balls and suck them up.
Can we see a power cell actually intaked in? Let's take a look at that. So I think that's a good transition as we go into the spin dexter, talking about that. So who's covering the spin dexter on this bot? Or as I'm told, you call it the washing machine, is that correct? So talk to me about the washing machine that's on your robot here.
Yep, the washing machine is right here. Basically, once it gets into the washing machine, it'll spin it around right into the shooter. There's a little popper under there. I don't know if you can see it. It'll pop it right up into the shooter, and then from there the ball will be gone and into the target.
How does the ball actually pop up into the shooter?
Well, once this is moving, there's a little, if you see that,
okay.
You can't really go back, but it'll pop the ball up, the ball will go up into the shooter, and then up and away into the target. Okay,
and I'd love to show that off in just a little bit. Question for you on this with the, on there, have you done any type of spin dexter before, or is this the first time?
This is this is my first year, so
okay.
Not a whole lot.
So as a team, have you guys done this before? The first time? So I'd love to see this on a robot here, because to me this is when you start kind of getting to that next level sometimes with how hoppers work as well too. So can we turn it on and see it just rotate around? Is that okay? Okay, and we saw that pop there, and that's when it's popping up in the shooter. That makes sense. Love it. So let's go next into your shooter itself and cover a bit more about how that works. I'd love to hear more about the flywheel you have on there, what it's made out of, how heavy it is, that sort of thing too.
Yeah, so for our flywheel, we used 4-inch green wheels, rubbed them together because last year we used 2 6-inch wheels, and they just didn't fling it out as far as we wanted to. And then we put these poly wheels here for a weight so that it keeps spinning after balls go through it.
Do you know how much that weighs on there?
No, I do not.
Sure. Looking at compliant wheels for a shooter, so an interesting thing about this, compliant wheels, especially at fast RPMs, will expand a lot. So your compression can get kind of interesting. Have you had how have you tweaked your compression on there to get your shots as accurate as you want to?
Yeah, we've used multiple different prototypes of the wood in the back, that angle in the back, messing with compression multiple different times. We've cut poly to screw around with the angle and how it squeezes it and how it projects it out of there.
Sure. Yeah. And looking lastly on this, so even though this is a 2021 robot, you still built it to hold at least 5 power cells on here, right? But talk to me about your at-home challenges. How have you tackled that versus like the game that you're going to be playing here today? Are there any really changes between the two?
Oh yeah, this shooter is totally different than what we did last year.
Sure.
So last year we had a pipe and all the balls ran right up to it. This one you got to fling the balls and catch it midair and shoot them out. So that was a challenge this year. And we're using Neo motors this year, which are new to us as a team. So we had to implement that in there.
Awesome. So we're going to be wrapping up on this robot. I'd love to hear more about the differences between 2020 and 2021. So tell me a little bit more about, when you looked at the 2020 challenge and you're like, hey, we want to build this robot for 2021, but also still make it work for 2020. What in general have you improved from last year into this season?
Well, we did improve our entire collecting system and how our balls are stored along with the shooter. is completely different. We used to have a big long pipe with a very small collector that just didn't do what we needed it to. It was really hard to get the balls together, and they would get jammed up quite a bit. So we decided with a new year, even though it looks a lot different than last year, and our new team, we graduated 16 seniors last year.
Sure.
So we have a bunch of young guys that joined the team, and we just decided to build a brand new robot. And we have a brand new programming, we did new motors, we did a bunch of new stuff, just kind of ripped the Band-Aid off of everything that we were kind of stalling and not trying to do.
So let me ask you, this is the first kind of the large-scale competition we've seen in the U.S. There's been a couple scrimmages before, but what does it mean to you and your team to be able to be back here, actually being able to compete in person again?
It's really awesome. I'm really glad that we have this opportunity to be here and that we can compete on an actual field. We were able to bring the field here today and create all the field elements to make this possible. So it's a pretty big honor to help make this happen.
Absolutely. Well, 31-2, once again, thanks a lot for taking time to tell us about your robot. Good luck here at this competition. Of course, I'm excited to see you in future years as well. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching. If you want more fun content, be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos. Keep the conversation going and provide your input to our content. Watch our live shows at twitch.tv/firstupdatesnow. Join our Discord at discord.gg/firstupdatesnow and check out Fun FTC on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and First Updates Now on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. You can also directly support Fun by joining Fun Nation. Click the join button, and just for a few bucks a month, you'll unlock special perks and directly support us so we can keep making great content.